So I've been making these for just over a year now, and for some reason I still have no idea how to start my videos.
Try changing your ugly style!
Okay. Way better. Anyway, so I think this video was a long time coming. My school is pretty dumb in a lot of ways, and although I doubt my particular school is too unique in that, I still like to share a few stories and my experience. I'd also like to add, I know I'm being such a teenager by making videos about school a lot, but it's unfortunately what a good chunk of my life consists of, so I'm gonna talk about it. There, now I'm completely self-aware. Let's get into some angst. So, school for me is a very weird thing. For the longest time I did super well and got a lot of enjoyment out of being in school and getting good grades. Looking back, I was kind of an unpleasant neek, but I was happy. However, in about year 8 something changed. I couldn't quite tell you what to this day or whether it was for better or worse, but I started to hate school and was a lot less happy. And apparently since then my school's really turned up the bullshit.
Demonetized.
Mistakes. At the beginning of year 9, we got a new English teacher. We'll call her Mrs. S. She was interesting. Most of the time my lessons went fine, however occasionally you'd get a little gem, like the time she started singing Hamilton in the middle of class whilst we wrote, or another time when someone made the gigantic mistake of asking what flamboyant meant, and she replied with, "It's like when someone is 5 lit emojis, but all the time." Yikes. And then there was the time she accused someone of being sexist. Or when she banned us from saying triggered. Like I said, interesting teacher. Although, an even bigger gem than that was when she was asking people what they wanted to do when they grew up. I told her I wanted to be an animator. She got a funny look on her face but didn't say anything during class. A few days later she asked me to stay behind after class to lecture me about not paying attention or something, I don't know. And then she asked me about university. I told her which one I wanted to go to and was about to explain how I wanted to take an animation course, but she stopped me right there. Remi, you know you can't do that, right? Look, this is what you need to do. Forget animation. You take an English course, and if you must do it as a hobby, a side thing, you shouldn't be aiming for anything less in university. Besides, a degree in that won't get you anywhere. I was pretty shocked, to say the least. I'd never really had anyone tell me to straight up give up on my dreams. Although apparently what she said didn't really work, as you can see. I'd always enjoyed English, but that kind of killed it for me, believe it or not. Oh, mock exams. The 2 wonderful weeks where I had a complete and utter mental breakdown. Good times. Well, at least I got a story time out of it. So, I had a media studies exam and it took place in the middle of the day, and because of that we got an early lunch during lesson time. To clarify, at this point in the week I was running off mostly caffeine and adrenaline, so I was kind of loopy. The story includes 2 of my friends, Izzy and Chloe. Hi guys. So we were at the early lunch talking or whatever, and we end up going to the toilet because Izzy can't be trusted to go anywhere by herself. We get there and I think to myself, I kinda need to go too. Now, here comes the stupid. I didn't, figuring I could hold it comfortably for an almost 2-hour exam. As you can see, I'm something of an intellectual. So we leave and go back to whatever we were doing. Now, to quickly explain how the exams are set up, you have your early lunch and then at like 1 o'clock you'd line up and get sent row by row to the torture chamber until like 2:45. Here's what we did. As time goes on, I slowly feel more and more discomfort. I still held it though, too annoyed at myself to casually explain I was a few good steps away from peeing myself. 1 o'clock is slowly approaching and the realization I am not going to be able to hold it slowly sinks in. Yo, I'm gonna go to the toilet real quick. Why didn't you go when I went? That might have made more sense. Shut up. So, I take the walk of shame and we kind of realize that time is not particularly on our side for this one. So we get to the bathroom again, and when I'm finished we have like 3 minutes to get back to the lineup area. Whilst trying to sprint back, we get stopped by a random teacher. I forgot to mention we weren't technically meant to leave the lineup area, so bumping into this teacher wasn't exactly ideal circumstances.
Aren't you all meant to be in the media exam?
Yeah.
You guys are aware that this area is completely off limits and you're breaking the rules.
Yeah.
Are you also aware that you're going to be late?
So a panic dash ensues, and to put the icing on the cake, my bag decided it didn't want my stuff in it anymore, so I had to stop and pick up the trail of random belongings too. We just about made it as they were sending the first row, I believe. Sounds good, right? I don't know if you've ever experienced the horrific awkwardness of walking in late to class when everyone's sat down already, or the god tier version of walking in late to assembly and everyone watches as you sadly walk up to find a seat. We got the pleasure of experiencing that wonderful feeling as we walked to our individual rows. Hey, speaking of holding it, I reckon you're probably familiar with the bathroom-related cruelty schools like to impose on us oppressed teenagers. We've all been in class when nature calls, and so you politely put your hand up like the do-gooder you are. And then your teacher hits you with the,
"Why didn't you go at break 3 hours ago? There's only 2 whole periods left, you can wait. I let you go to the toilet last week, there's no way you need to go again already."
Hurts, doesn't it? My geography teacher is no exception. At this point, it's kind of become a meme within our class, which is neither here nor there, I suppose. However, we can't forget this one incident. Let me set the scene. We're in the middle of class. Everything's going as well as it usually does. And then one guy made the fateful mistake of raising his hand to ask to go to the toilet. You see, a few weeks before, another dude made the exact same mistake, and what entailed was a long drawn out argument which basically cost us the entire lesson because, god damn it, the teacher had to assert his authority by depriving a teenager of a basic human function. Yeah! So, as soon as the words left the poor guy's mouth, the whole class knew what was about to happen. The incredibly stupid process for going to the toilet at my school is you ask the teacher emails on call escorts you to the toilet, and you have 1 minute to do your business. Don't even ask. So we were explaining this to the teacher, who was kind of new at the time. I'd say it'd be pretty reasonable to simply have admitted a mistake and followed the process, but no. You know what this adult man said?
"If you keep asking, I'm gonna send you out, okay?"
If you don't know, to send someone out requires the teacher to email guess who on call. So, just to make this totally clear, the teacher would rather email on call to have them take someone completely out of class for the rest of the lesson and have a half-hour detention after school, rather than emailing the exact same address, so he would miss 5 minutes. Oh, but the infallible logic doesn't stop there. Why would it? Luckily for us though, a teacher happened to enter the classroom at that time. Someone asked the teacher to confirm if that was in fact the process, and she agreed with us. I think the class shared a collective victory on that one. Of course, in the face of a more stable adult, our teacher was very apologetic and let the guy go to the toilet like he wasn't fighting us tooth and nail for it a few seconds ago. As soon as they both left though, oh boy.
"You've all got detention!"
He got extremely heated and announced we would all be given the death penalty of a lunchtime detention. All of us. Every person in the class. Including the good kids who barely said a word throughout this entire debacle. Oh, sure, I'll definitely be there.
Yeah, you are, unless you want an after school too.
Are you joking? I don't know about everyone else, but I felt ready to drop out right there, out of a window. Suffice to say, that was one of the few detentions I knowingly skipped. Thanks for watching. I know this video was pretty highly requested, so yeah, here you are. I apologise for my voice, I'm kind of tired, as usual. I wanted to give a big thank you to CurtRichy and Airoah for helping out in this video. Thank you guys, you were both very nice to work with and delivered your lines very nicely, in my opinion. Thank you very much for any fan art, and yeah, I think that'll be it. Just for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.